Good morning, friends. Welcome back to that 1870s homestead. My name's Rachel, and today is my first installation of my contribution to Canuary. Canuary is a collaboration I take part in every single year since I've been asked, and it's my absolute favorite. Next to Croctober, or in front of Croctober, I will say this is my absolute favorite because it gives me an excuse, not that I always need an excuse, but to do some fun canning in the winter from things that maybe I've got stored up, or in your case, maybe things that you want to go buy. It's brought to you guys and sponsored by 4 Jars Canning Lids and Sutton's Days. And we will leave a list to the playlist in the description below, but stay tuned till the end of this video because there's going to be an awesome giveaway that you can participate in. They do fantastic giveaways for viewers of the collaboration, and all you have to do is leave a comment and participate in the videos for the entire month of January. So this installation is January 2024, so if you're watching it in 2025 and 2026, just stay tuned. There'll be another collaboration in those future years. I've been putting this canning off unintended. I've known I've needed to do this for quite some time, and that is to restock my enchilada sauce. I've done enchilada sauce from scratch, and I have a video from that. But 2 seasons ago when I canned this is from 2022, when I canned, I had so many tomatoes that I was exhausted by the end of canning season. I still had enchilada sauce on the shelves at that time, so I put up a whole bunch of tomato sauce for exact reasons like this. When I need to restock barbecue sauce, enchilada sauce, spaghetti sauce, any of my sauces, my chili base, I would have tomato sauce on hand and ready to go. So we're doing today's video slightly different. If you are interested in how to make enchilada sauce from your fresh garden harvest this year, I'll link to that video. But today we're going to do it, and maybe you want to practice canning. This will be a pressure canning video. Maybe you want to practice getting ahead of the growing season this year, so you could go out and maybe buy some tomato sauce and make this recipe with me. So I want to give you the ingredients and the recipe ahead of time so that in case I forget or anything like that, you have it in hand. So I'm going with 3 quarts of tomato sauce. I have about 7 cups of chopped onions. I have 1 of my cans of ancho chili peppers that I've already canned up. So these were roasted and canned. So if you are making this from scratch, I don't know how many this would be. Maybe 6 or 7 roasted ancho chilies in here. I'm not sure because they are all diced and pureed up in there. And then 4 spices. Oh, and about 7 cloves of garlic I've got in the microwave because I was thawing it. For spices, you want 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of cumin, a tablespoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of smoked paprika, half a cup of brown sugar, and a 1/4 cup of liquid aminos or soy sauce, some kind of umami. Worcestershire sauce, I can never say that word, but you get the idea. So that's what we need, but first and foremost, we need to start the recipe. It's really quick to come together, other than I need to caramelize my onions first. So we're gonna head over to the stove and do that right now. Okay, I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of olive oil and throw in my chopped onions, and I am using a mix of red and white because I needed to, this morning before I even got started, all my red onions were going bad down in the pantry sprouting. So I chopped up a bunch of those, put them in the freezer, and this was like the last couple that I had left. But if I was really being particular, I would only use white onions. All right, so this is gonna take a minute. I'll show you what the onions look like when they are caramelized to my liking. And usually you can probably plan on this part of the process 30 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on how many onions you're caramelizing. Okay, my onions are getting pretty darn close, so I just smashed up my garlic. I'm not worried about chopping it. And just gonna cook that for about 30 seconds just to let the flavors burst. And then we're gonna add in our sauce and all of our seasonings. Okay, so let's go in with our paprika, chili powder, cumin or salt, liquid aminos, and our brown sugar. Now I'm going to bring this to a boil, and then I'm going to simmer it for probably like 30 minutes to an hour to let it thicken. Oh, we forgot our ancho chili peppers. 1 second. I think like proper enchilada sauce is just basically peppers. Maybe broth, I'm not sure. But you know, I guess American style recipes are tend to have a tomato base. And I know that this looks chunky right now, and it is chunky. We're gonna process this in my Vitamix food blender and get it really, you know, liquefied, pureed really good and smooth. All right, so I'll see you guys back. Like I said, I'm gonna let this good and simmer and everything for 30 minutes to an hour, and then we'll come back and can it up. Okay, welcome back, friends. It has cooked down quite a bit. Sorry, I got totally entranced in a documentary. I'll tell you something while I'm getting this ladled in here into the Vitamix so I can blend it up. We really got interested in probably homesteading, like philosophies and mentality, back when the original documentaries were coming out. Oh, excuse me. And I don't know when it would have been. Like maybe 2010-ish, around that time. And things were coming out about just how bad the standard American diet was, and all the commercialized foods and the industrial food system. And the documentary I'm watching right now is it's a Stanford study on identical twins and their diets before and after kind of this study. I haven't gotten very far into it, but anyway, that being said, this cooked down quite a bit. So I'm blending this now, and I'm going to blend it in batches. We've got our jars ready. The canner is got hot water in it. I'm just keeping it warm, so it's on a simmer right now till my jars are ready. And how long are we canning this for again? We're going to be pressure canning this for 50 minutes. So let's get it blended up, and then I'll bring you guys down here closer so you can see it in the jars. All right, guys, got my mess sort of cleaned up here. We are ready to, I do need my funnel. We are ready to jar it up, and it is so good. I know some people, so here's one thing. I do make my enchilada sauce thick. Some people don't like it thick. Like if you picture like, I think it's the brand is it Peso? Am I going to say that right? Oh, what is the name of that brand? It comes in the glass bottle that's like hourglass shape. That's so really, really runny. enchilada sauce. Mine is gonna be more like a super thin barbecue sauce. More like a barbecue sauce. And that's the way that we like it. If you did not want it thicker like this, just don't cook it down as long as I did. And I probably honestly cooked mine down a little bit more than I had anticipated, but it's so good. Oh, enchiladas, taquitos. You know, one of my other favorite things to do with this? So good. Take, like do half and half sour cream with your enchilada sauce for a delicious coleslaw dressing for tacos, or even just to drizzle as a dressing on tacos or nachos, something like that. We're huge Mexican fans in this house. Love all the Mexican dishes. So I'm just filling these up. And, oh, 4 jars I mentioned. So Sutton's Days and 4 Jars are sponsoring Canuary. I've been using 4 jar lids for a couple years now. Never had an issue whatsoever. Love them. Great company, great people. They are giving away a pressure canner, some lids, a jar opener, maybe some of their great tea towels. And Lisa at Sutton's Days is giving away a pressure canner as well, and a steam canner. I love having my steam canner. That is you know where I like it most? When I'm doing small batch water bath canning. It just comes in so handy. It's quick, it's easy to use. So awesome. And a reminder how to participate. So in our description of this email, and any of the descriptions of the folks participating January 2024, there'll be a link to everyone participating, their videos or to their channels. And if I'm not mistaken, Lisa probably puts together like an entire playlist. But you watch the videos, you participate in the videos by leaving a comment. What did you like about the video? And Lisa will do random selection the last day of the month, January 31st. So follow along, get inspired. Even if you're not ready to do these canning recipes this winter, I need my spatula. Maybe it's going to give you some ideas of what to plan for your garden this year, or what are you going to keep an eye out for at the farmers markets. And I've got 6 pints here. So as you can tell, we cooked it down quite a bit, right? Because I started with, 6 pints is exactly what I was expecting, right? So I did 3 quarts, which is 6 pints. So I did cook it down a bit because I'm not quite filling this last jar all the way. And what I'll do is I'll just can the 5 pints, and we will have enchiladas for dinner. And I'll use this up. Maybe some good black bean smoked chicken enchiladas. I do love sharing canning recipes with you guys, but also giving you guys some what's in my mind with respect to recipes when I'm making them. How am I going to use them in my kitchen? And help you think outside the box just a little bit. Enchilada sauce is pretty basic. This is pretty spicy, and that's another thing that you can customize to your taste. If you like it spicier, go in with 2 cans of chilies, or more chili peppers if you're using it fresh. If you like it less spicy, do less, don't do as much. But I had Todd taste it while I was cooking. I was like, make sure it's spicy enough. He's like, oh yeah, it's pretty spicy, which I like spice. All right, but I need to clean the rims of my jars. I'm gonna clean these with just some damp vinegar on a cloth, and then we're gonna seal them up with our good 4 jars lids. A little bit too much in that one. And I forgot to mention, I went to a 1/2 inch of headspace. I'm just getting the bubbles out right now. And put the lid on the canner. Did you get anybody out there get an All-American for Christmas? I know that's how I got mine. Pretty exciting. If you did, I definitely encourage you. This is a great opportunity to practice using it. It is slightly different. Just getting confident with it. Getting that seal just right. But use it a couple times this winter before the big heavy harvest comes in this summer and fall, and you'll be ready to go like muscle memory. All right, so I'm just gonna wait for the steam to vent for 10 minutes, and then we'll put our weighted gauge on there and start our timer once the pressure comes up to 10 pounds for me and 50 minutes. So as always, guys, I will leave you with this video with what the jars look like coming out of the canner. I wish you happy Canuary. Hope you find a lot of inspiration from everyone participating. And thanks, Lisa, for having me once again. And I'll see you guys on the next video.